We're calling this segment Brick or Swish. What does that mean? We're going to brick this content, or is it going to be a swish? So we going full Mamba, or we going Rafa Arujo?
Finesses.
All right, so the topic today, we're going to be talking about Palworld. So, new hotness or hot mess?
So, okay. I played a lot of Palworld. This is coming from a guy who loves Pokemon. If you don't know, I make Pokemon content on TikTok. Please follow me. It is a very good game.
Yeah.
I did a review on it already on the Minnow channel.
Shout out to Minnow.
It is a very good game that is flawed, but also like it's early access, so like you can't be too harsh on it. The whole notion that just that conversation that they copied a bunch of Pokemon is like exaggerated.
But it's really close.
There's a lot.
It's really close.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a lot. There's like 20
the Lucario.
20 of them that are like very clearly like you just ripped a Pokemon.
Yeah, straight copy paste.
There's one called like Dinosum, I think. It's just Meganium. Yeah. They took Meganium. Meganium has like a flower thing around its neck. They moved it up to here, gave it a hat, and made it stand up. But it's literally just Meganium.
Like bipedal?
Huh?
Like
bipedal, yeah. It's just Meganium. There's one that's just called Cremis. That's literally just a Gigantamax Eevee. Yeah. Shrunken down. There's Tansy, that's just a Grookey. There's a bunch of them that are very much just like you can tell they kind of ripped the Pokemon. Yeah. But the vast majority of them are like look nothing like any other Pokemon. Either they're just animals that are kind of stylized, which is what Pokemon is. They don't, but whatever. But there's a lot that are like, okay, cool, this is pretty unique.
And I said that too because I know people are really upset about this whole Pokemon comparison, but I remember looking at an article that was comparing the original like Dragon Quest monsters to Pokemon. Yeah. Before Pokemon came out.
Yep.
So do you think this is like the second coming of that, or do we think that there was actual like IP fraud?
So okay, like I said, there are some that are very much like, yeah, you're kind of pushing the line here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like Pokemon doesn't have patents on a wolf that fights things. There's one that there's a pal called I think Night Wolf. And people were like, "Oh my God, it looks just like Lycanroc from Sun and Moon." But I'm like, they're both just wolves that aren't too stylized. Like, what do you? There's not much there's not much you can do with a wolf that makes it look different. But I really do think it's kind of just the next version of like the Dragon Quest Pokemon thing, where it's like, look, there's only so many animals. Yeah. There's so many things. You can do a lot with these animals, like I said, because some of them are very close. But it's like a wolf and a monkey and like a chicken. Like, what do you like? Just you can't do much. It's
outside
just
of the like that portion of like the copycat, whatever it is. Yeah. The actual game itself. Yeah. Is it like as fun as people are saying it is?
It is very good. Content-wise, it is kind of light because again, early access. But the fact that it's like there's so many characters or creatures to catch, like 100 and something. They each have like their own individual things that they can do. Like for those who don't know, like this is also a survival base building game. And the same way your pals have like your battle stats, like your attack and your defense, they also have stats for like what they're good at doing in a base. Yeah. So like this one is really good at like if you have a fire pal, it's good at setting fire. So like cool, you need to cook something, you put it in this oven, you send a fire pal there, it cooks it for you. Mm-hmm. Or the ones that are really good at handiwork. So let's say I have my little workbench, I need to build something. I set the activate the thing I want to make. If the pal has handiwork, it'll go and start making it for me. Right? So you have these stats that these pals are all really good at doing around the base, which makes every single pal like useful to some degree.
So it's more in depth at like the skill level and the ability that these pals can use.
Yeah, because like Pokemon, there's some Pokemon that are literally just there's no reason for this to exist. Yeah. They're not good in battle. They don't look that. There's no reason for it to be good. But in Palworld, even the bad ones, there are some that are, have a purpose. Like there's a cow, I forget what it's called, but horrible stats. But it's one of the only pals that can provide milk. So you can get a bunch of them really early on in the game, and then just have a ranch, you have milk. So this thing that sucks is actually one of the most useful pals in the world. Yeah. Same thing with, there's a pal called Chickapee, I think, Chickapee or something. It's a chicken, whatever. Eggs. It's not good at fighting, but it's one of the few things that gives you eggs. So it's good to have a bunch of them because it's very useful, even though it's not good. So that's one aspect of it that I really like that Pokemon just doesn't do.
Doesn't have right now.
If a Pokemon is bad, it's bad. Yeah. You can still use it and stuff and make it work because of like, you could be over leveled, but like if something is bad, it's bad. All that being said, it is very buggy. Especially on Xbox. I played it on Xbox before I switched over to my PC. Xbox version, you're falling through the world.
Yeah, I saw that when you posted your minute.
God, it's bad.
You're going in the level, then you're flying under the level.
So I was like walking.
Yeah.
I found like a mountain that was like, it wasn't like the textures didn't load or something.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, whatever, the textures just didn't load. I can still walk on
What
it.
happens?
Nope. Fall right under the map.
Jeez.
And I fall into like the water that they have underneath. And I'm like, okay, let me get my flying guy to fly back up. But like, I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just have to respawn now.
I think like you broke through the collision, and after that, like just once you broke through, it reset. So when you try to hit the top, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I just had to respawn and reset. So that stuff sucks. Definitely a lot of frame rate issues. I think those have gotten a little bit better.
Okay, so like I know people complain about frame rate. Is it frame rate to the point where it's unplayable, or is it like Dynasty Warriors 4 on the PS2?
Damn. So I play with it at 60. It'll drop like in the 20s sometimes.
Oh jeez, it's a significant drop off.
Yeah. It'll drop to the 20s. The combat is nice. The combat feels good. The guns feel nice. The melee combat is really bad.
So do you control your pals, or is it kind of like auto?
No, they auto. They have attacks. They have like their like the same way there's like types in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Everything has their type. There's type matchups, everything like that. You send your pal out and auto attacks, and you have your weapon and you're also shooting and stuff like that. But every pal also has like a skill that you could, not everyone, most pals that have a skill you can activate in battle. Press X and it does its like super attack. Some of the super attacks are just I'm gonna pull out an AK-47 and start shooting. I'm not even lying about that. But like yeah, to kind of wrap it up, overall it is a good game. If you have Game Pass, like it's worth playing.
Check it out.
I can understand if someone, I think it's like $40. I can understand if someone's like I don't want to pay $40 for this right now because it is light on content. But overall, it's a good game. I say try it out. If not, if you like Pokemon, it'll be good. If you like survival games, it'll be good. As someone who doesn't even really play survival games, I thought it will. I'm having a great time. I'm taking a break so I can play Persona, but like, it's been good. It's been good.
So with that being said, clearly Omar's saying that it's a good game. So if you want to play it, it's on Game Pass and it's on Steam, things like that. Give it a try. Let us know what you think.
Also, not sponsored by the way, but Xbox if you want to.
We'll be back after the next one.